Hi everyone, we will be starting shortly. Just to let you know, this meeting is being recorded, as you might have heard just now. Also, it is important for everyone to know that we will be speaking in English and Spanish, so there is translation. You can see in the chat how to set up the automatic translation, but we have translators in the room. Yeah, there is Spanish interpretation, exactly. So I think we can start, right? Just so that we are not way too ahead of time. Hello, everyone. My name is Clara. Welcome to the pre-conference event. I forgot the name. I'm so sorry. It's our pre-conference online gathering. That's it. It's difficult to talk in another language sometimes, but welcome to our pre-conference online gathering for IAFFE's Young Scholars. I am Clara Saliba. I'm a PhD student from the University of Campinas in Brazil, and I'm also a member of the Young Scholars Committee and alumni from last year's edition of the Feminist Economics School. So for this event, we are trying to set up a space where we can connect, ask questions, share some travel tips, and get excited together before the annual IAFFE conference this year in Cali, Colombia. So join us whether you are a first-time attender of the conference or if you just want to get to know some people and get some information before getting there. Yeah. So our agenda for today is we will go through some important dates regarding the conference, share a few tips on traveling, health, insurance, security things, and then have a space to meet, connect, and build community together for our event that is coming up soon. Yes, thank you, Didi. For those of you who are attending for the first time, the IAFFE conference is a space that convenes a global community of scholars, practitioners, and advocates to share research and engage in dialogue on feminist economic theory, policy, and practice. This year's conference will be taking place in ISESI University in Cali, Colombia, in collaboration with two amazing local feminist organizations, which are the Observatorio para la Equidad de las Mujeres and the Mesas de Economía Feminista. So if you don't know those organizations already, make sure to Google them up. You will find amazing things. And this year's theme for the conference is Feminist Economics and Transformative Change, Ideas, Policies, and Movements. So those are the themes that most discussions in the conference will be revolving about. But there are also some other spaces that are just broadly focused on feminist economics. Moving on to our important dates. We have the deadline for registration coming up on June 18th in 10 days. So if you haven't registered yet for the conference, make sure to do so. We will be sending the link in the chat right now. Make sure to secure your place in the conference before the deadline. And still on this month, on the end of the month, June 26th and June 27th, we will have our online conference, which Mary Beth will talk more about in just a second. And then moving on to our in-person events, we have starting our programming on Cali, the fourth edition of the Feminist Economics School on July 6th to July 8th. The Feminist Economics School this year will bring together 34 participants from all over the world. And for those of you who don't know what the Feminist Economics School is, it is a space that brings together early career scholars, activists, practitioners, and policymakers that are engaged in feminist issues and feminist economics, but have had low access to formal training in that area. So this year's class is already formed, but if you would like to know more about the Feminist Economics School and maybe think about applying for uh, the next year, you can find more about it in the link that is in the chat. As an alumni myself, I can guarantee you that it is an amazing experience to be a part of. And also on July 8th, we have our Young Scholars Pre-Conference that is hosted by the Young Scholars Committee. And the pre-conference is a space that is dedicated. You can move the slides, please. Thank you, Didi. So the pre-conference is a dedicated space for young and early career feminist economics. This year, we already have over 210 participants from all over the world, and you can register for the pre-conference in the same link you registered for the conference that is already in the chat. So if you want to participate and engage, make sure to register. Our objectives in this day of events that combine plenary activities, thematic sessions, and networking opportunities is to strengthen international academic networks, promote intergenerational exchange, and generate new generation-led discussions on feminist economics contemporary challenges. You can move the slides, please, Didi. So the organizer's vision is to build a more inclusive, diverse, and collaborative academic community. And we kindly invite you all to join us. As a little preview, you can already pass the slide, please, Didi. Thank you. I brought the theme of this year's pre-conference keynote panel, which will be moderated by Lorena Valle Cuellar, and it's about feminist economics in contested times, histories, pathways, and collective futures, with our dear panelists Camila Orozco Espino, Sumangala Damodaran, Cristel Simeoni, and Pato Latera, with themes that evolve around global circulation of ideas, intellectual resistance, and the role of new generations. So please make sure if you're able to participate in our pre-conference. It is an amazing space, especially for young scholars and early careers. And then finally, on the 9th to the 11th of July, we have our conference, which is as a space, which is a world in itself. So it is a space with many plenary sessions, organized panels, workshops, and other spaces to connect, engage, and explore some themes on feminist economics. So make sure to read the program, which will be available this week, and mark out the presentations you would like to see, because there's a lot going on and it can be a little overwhelming sometimes. And please make sure to also check what your fellow young scholars will be presenting and make sure to support them as well. For now, you can see the schedule in the link in the chat. And also don't forget to participate in the plenary sessions, which are the places where the whole community will get together in just one place. So instead of parallel sessions, it's where everyone comes together to talk and engage in some feminist economic themes. The conference dinner, which is a great opportunity for networking, socializing, and meeting your most cited authors, and also the membership meeting. So make sure to don't miss out on those opportunities. And before we go to our tips to traveling in Cali, I will pass the floor to Mary Beth for her to talk to us a little bit more about the online conference that will be happening in the 26th and the 27th.
Thank you, Clara. And excuse my voice. I'm dealing with some allergies or weather related. I don't know what, but it's driving me a little crazy. Um, we're really excited for the virtual conference. It's hard to believe that it's coming up in just a couple of weeks. And if it hasn't been clear yet, if you're registered for the in-person conference, you can automatically attend the virtual conference. So we definitely, we have, I think, over 100 presenters total. And because it's virtual, we really span from all close to all regions of the world, and we have, I think, over 40 sessions. So it's a lot of great access to take advantage of if you've already registered. If you, for some reason, aren't attending in person, you can also register specifically. I'm just dropping the link, which I'm sure you all might have. Of many of the conference links to register for the virtual conference if for some reason you aren't going to the in-person one as well. Some quick highlights. We are going to have a plenary on each day, as well as interactive sessions. We really try to be intentional about making the virtual space feel like you still have a chance to connect with other IAFFE members. So each regional group in IAFFE is going to be having an interactive session. The mentoring program will be having a workshop. And we're also building in engagement opportunities to every panel session, as well as some virtual spaces on Padlet and WhatsApp and all of these things so that we can have members connect with each other more and more. Excuse me. Um, One other thing I would also note is it runs from about 2 a.m. Eastern time, which I think is 6 a.m. UTC, all the way to 5 p.m. Eastern time. So it does cover, we were trying to be intentional to make sure it covered Asia time zones all the way through West America's time zones. And so if you do attend and your time zone is really anything, there should be sessions happening that you'll be able to access. I'm happy to answer any questions. I'll drop my email address in the chat as well. But Clara, Myra, let me know if there's anything else that you think would be helpful for everyone to know. We are going to be producing a guide that's probably going to go out late this week, early next week, that gives all the information. So if you are registered, whether that's in person or virtual, you will receive that guide, and that'll also include the published program and all of those things. So we hope to see you in the sessions.
Thank you, Mary Beth. Get well soon. I hope you are feeling better. So let's move on to a few tips for traveling to Cali, especially for those who might be attending Colombia for the first time, visiting, or maybe having your first international travel. So it is important to note that more than 90 countries do not need a visa for temporary stays in Colombia. You can find that list of countries on IAFFE's website. But if you do need a visa, you should have applied for it by now because of timings. For those who need it, IAFFE has prepared a list of participants attending the conference that will be shared with the Colombian embassy. So whoever has applied for a visa, please contact the conference email to be added to this list. Any other questions about visa and issues you might be having, please also reach out to our conference email to have more information. I'm sure Myra will be more than glad to help you with that. And regarding some health instructions, for now, it is not mandatory to have any vaccines in order to enter Colombia. However, whenever there are yellow fever outbreaks, there are some requests for visitors, especially from tropical countries. In the past, in 2025, we've had this request for visitors from Angola, Brazil, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and Uganda to present their international certificate of vaccination with the vaccine against yellow fever. This vaccine must be administered at least 10 days prior to arrival for the certificate to be valid. So we do recommend if you are able to get the vaccine for yellow fever that you do so. It is a fairly simple process and it can assure you a better entering in the country, especially coming from those countries that have had restrictions before. Also, please check the requirements for the countries you're transitioning from. So let's Say you are, for instance, coming from the UK to Panama and then from Panama to Colombia. Make sure to check if Panama has any of those requirements. This is very important because if you arrive on a country that needs this vaccine and you're not vaccinated, you might not be able to enter or get the other flight. So please make sure to have that in mind. And if you're able to, we do suggest you getting the yellow vaccine fever. I did it today. Actually, it was pretty quickly. And also regarding health insurance. The official tourism website for Colombia advises travelers to purchase a travel insurance that covers medical expense because the public system in Colombia doesn't automatically cover foreigners. However, this isn't mandatory for short stays. So if you're staying just for the conference, it isn't mandatory. It is, however, a recommendation that you purchase one. And when you're there, just make sure to remember that Colombia has a single emergency number, which is 123. And this works for ambulances, police, and fire services. We hope nobody needs to know those numbers, but in any case, it is nice to have this information. So those are just a few considerations. I will now move to Lina from IKESI, which will talk to us about some ideas for plans around Bogota, Cali, and other places in Colombia. So, Lina, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Clara. Can I share my screen?
Of course.
Let me see if I have the power. So we are very, very pleased to have you guys here in Cali. Cali is the capital of Colombian Pacific, is one of the most biggest cities in the south eastern coast of our country. Is a small city. It has 215 millions of inhabitants, and it's a very warm city. So let's be prepared to have at least 25 degrees in Celsius of weather. So this is Cali. And I'm going to tell you guys about like 5 key tips to travel and to enjoy the city. Cali is well known worldwide for being the salsa music capital. So it's our proud. The salsa music is one of the inheritance of our African ancestors and is a rhythm that resembles like resistance almost. So we have here like very different variety of salsa music manifestations. We have like a very like shiny shows, but we also have like the streets manifestations of rhythm. So you are very welcome to join us in visit La Calle del Pecado, for example, and dance salsa in the street, a very well-known activity here in Cali. But another thing about our region that you must know is that we university indeed we have the a big event like 2 years ago. The COP mainly celebrate our diversity. So this is a picture of Parque Natural Los Farallones, but we have like Panzer River and three more natural parks that you can visit. We have like a tour guide into the 3 natural parks and the visuals are very amazing. But if you guys have to or want to have like more an historical view, we have very close to Cali in Rosso, Museo de la Caña, which is a location that show us how Cali was formed as a capital of sugar in the colony. Like the sugar comes through Europe into Cali and become like the biggest industry here in the Pacific. And they like give us a big struggles with sugar because it's like an exfoliation commodity. So you can go to the Museo de la Caña. It's a very huge museum that show like how is the history of the region and how this like industrial exfoliation is connected with the actual political debates here in the city. But also we have an art manifestations. Cali is well known in Latin America for have one of the most biggest contemporary arts museums. This is Museo La Tertulia. It's in the center of the city and basically have a permanent art exhibitions that put together not only like the best artists here in Colombia, but in the subcontinent. So you are very joined to go to Museo La Tertulia, but also we have politics and that is a one like trending topic now because we are in elections here in Colombia. When you guys come, we are just elected a new president, but Cali and the Pacific Coast in Colombia is well known from promote like popular government. This is a popular art manifestation, Puerto Resistencia, which is like in the Avenida Panamericana. The Avenida Panamericana is one of the main avenues that connect the whole Latin America. And in the center of the Avenida Panamericana, the popular movements here in the Pacific make in 2001 this monument that is called Puerto Resistencia, and is that one of the epicenters of the popular government here in Colombia. So if you are like engaged with more of the historical view and political manifestations in Latin America, this is one of the most that you have take. But we have prepared like a strong agenda for you guys in order to know Colombia and the Pacific Coast. So you are having in the program a detailed agenda for visit and locations and so on. I'm going to have my number, my WhatsApp number in the chat in order to contact you. So thank you very much. Thank you, Clara.
Thank you so much, Lina. I'm sure we are all very excited. I got very excited with your presentation to meet Kali. So now I will move on to Didi, which will host a little um, dynamic for us to get to know each other a little bit better.
Yes, hello. I thought I was muted this whole time. I actually wasn't. It's a good thing that didn't scream anything. Just before we move on to the sort of interactive part here, just to let you all know, the conference committee has put together a list of hotels for people. There's going to be a guide, like Clara has said, but in the meantime, there's already a list of hotels in the IAFFE website. There will be the link in the chat. And if you've not booked yet, have a look at that list. In that list, there's also a guide on how to book, because for some of these hotels, you just click a link. For some, you email them. So make sure that you have a look at that if that is useful to you. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to sort of get you to move to a different platform, to Zoom. We're going to get you to move to Padlet. There's going to be the link shared on the chat shortly, sorry. And what we would like you to do is write your names and pronouns, where you're traveling from, or where you're from, if those are two different places, what airport you get into, what date and what time, and also, just out of curiosity, what type of things are you most looking forward about in the presentation, in the conference. So we will then put you into breakout rooms, and for about maybe a bit less than 20 minutes, just because of time, we're going to sort of let you talk about plans for getting to the conference location. If you're traveling through Bogota, for instance, getting together there. And depending on your date of arrival specifically, we're going to put you into breakout rooms. There's going to be one of the IAFFE Young Scholar Committee folk, or Maida from IAFFE, in the chat, so you can always ask, in their breakout rooms rather, so you can always ask them for things. I've put an example of what we'd look for in your Padlet answer here. The key thing is, obviously you can fill in the information however you want, but the key thing is that in your subject, if you could put your date of arrival, it would be super helpful, so that it would be easier for us to just stick you into those breakout rooms more as easily. So I'm going to share the Padlet now. Is it? Let me see if is the Padlet chat in the chat?
Yes, it is, Didi, and
Oh,
it's
perfect.
working.
Fantastic. So you should see something like that. Post your we answer, and then we can get you into your breakout rooms. Hopefully, there's no issues there. I see some people are doing it in the chat. If you could click on the Padlet link and do it there, it would be easier for us to locate your answers.
Didi, don't you think it's easier if I let people choose the dates? I have like the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, and people choose their own
Right.
the room
Yeah.
that they okay?
As usual, you know best.
Yeah.
So if you still want to write your Padlets, I would
It
recommend
would
you
be
to do
nice.
so, so
Yeah.
you can still get to know each other a little bit more before you get put into the chats or the breakouts. So please do that. Thank you, Maida.
Can I start the rooms? What do you think?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay, so I will open all the rooms.
Um,
You may select the rooms depending on the date that you are arriving. I see that people is already moving to the different rooms.
I see someone as well is saying that they don't have their flight yet. Choose the date that you think you're most likely to travel.
Yes.
I didn't see. Sorry, I didn't see the room to join. I'm
You
on
don't
July.
see.
I'm arriving on July 6th.
Me neither. Where to find a room?
Yes,
I
yes.
sent the invitation. Let me see. I will send again.
Okay, thank you.
Do you Sunday? Do you know what day are you arriving?
On the 6th, I'm leaving Lisbon the
On the
5th.
6th.
So I
Okay.
arrive on the 6th.
Okay, so I will assign you to the 6th.
I'm also arriving on the 6th.
Okay, tweet. I'm gonna also assign.
Me too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sally also. Okay. On the 6th. Sally on the 6th too.
Yeah.
Okay. If anyone now else need help.
Do you mind doing me as well, Maida? I'm on the 8th. I can't see the link either.
Okay, okay.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You should be able to access the breakout room in the toolbar at the bottom of your screen. And if you can't see it, there's like 3 dots. And if you click that, then you should get the breakout room option. And then you should be able to join a room.
Brilliant.
But we're
Thanks.
also happy to place you in rooms as well. Fabina, we can put you on the 8th.
Mhm. Kim. Anyone else need help to join one of the breakout rooms?
Please, I am arriving on the 6th.
Okay, so I will.
Hi, I'm arriving on the 8th, I think. I don't have the ticket yet.
Okay. Brenda. 2, 8. Okay. Cicero on the 8th. Brenda, see if you got an invitation because I already assigned. Okay, great. She went. Dumby on the 6th. Ivone, you can choose one of the dates, maybe on the 7th. I will assign you to the room. Gachi is also on the 7th. Seventh. Carla on the 8th. Yasmin. Okay, it's already there. So for the people who just joined us,
Yeah, sorry, my call dropped. I was already in a breakout room.
yeah, which
Um,
date?
the 8th.
Okay, I'll place you there.
Thank you.
Carla, let me see, Carla. Okay, to the 8th. So for those who just joined us now, they went to breakout rooms for the different dates that people is arriving in Cali, so they can meet people arriving on the same date. So if you want me to assign you to a room, you just let me know. I will do it for Nadine.
For me, I'm attending virtually. I'm not coming to Cali. This is Annette.
Okay. No problem.
I'll wait for the talk on the virtual.
No problem.
Yeah.
Let me just find Nadine. Okay. 7. No problem, Flavia. If you want to join any of the rooms, just if you have an idea, the day that I can place you. Otherwise, you can wait here. They will be back soon.
Okay. We're just going to wait for everybody to come back to the room. And after that, we're going to have some time for questions. So I've seen some folk were asking questions in the chat whilst we were talking. I'm not sure because I wasn't paying attention to the chat all the time. The IAFFE staff are much better than I am, so they probably will have caught them. But if your question hasn't been answered yet, please ask it again. And when the sort of Q&A session starts, and we'll make sure to address that. I see there's about 58 people back. And there were about 70 when we started, so I'll maybe give it another minute and then I can pass it on to you, Pia. The number seems to have...
Sorry?
No, I was looking at the number of participants. Go for it.
Perfect. Yeah, I was waiting for everyone to return also. So, first of all, I wanted to let you know, well, hello everyone. I haven't spoken to all of you yet. So, first of all, I wanted to let you know that there will be a WhatsApp group that will go live during mid-June, like probably next week or the other. So just to have in mind, and you can start shooting one of the questions. I have some of the questions pasted from the chat, but just to clarify, some of them in which we already have the answer. For example, for registering to the pre-conference, you had to use the same link with as for the regular registration to the conference, like the normal conference. When you register to the conference, there's an option which allows for you to register to the pre-conference as well. If you haven't registered yet, or you have already registered to the conference, but not the pre-conference, you can edit your current registration. So you edit the registration and you select that you will be attending to the pre-conference, which is one of the things that we wanted to clarify. Also, there was a question regarding the technicalities for the presentation during the event. In Exordo, which is the platform that we use for registration, there's an option for you to upload until I think it's July the 3rd, for you to upload your presentation. That allows for then a shared folder, sorry, that will have all the presentations. So you will have your presentation available then at the venue. That will be like the best choice for you so you don't have to bring your computer or plug it anywhere. You just have to send the presentations via Exordo, the registration platform. So you can do that. Then there was also
Can I just add one thing, Pia?
Yeah,
about the presentation. For the online conference, you will receive also a form where you can upload the presentation. And we also ask, just by security reasons, you also, if you can, you also bring in a USB for the conference in case by any chance we cannot download your presentation, you have it on a USB, just to be safe.
Perfect. Thank you, Mayra. Should we go ahead with the people who have your hands raised? So I have first, oh, sorry, your name is Oluwatimaleyin, could be?
Thank you, Deborah is better.
Oh, Deborah, okay. I didn't see that because it was, okay, thank you. Go ahead.
My question is about visa. Until now, I haven't applied because I don't even know what to do, how to do it. I was expecting email about the visa, but I still didn't get. So I don't know how to apply for the visa, what I need, where I need to go, and if you please clarify about the visa because I think I have about just 4 weeks left, and I'm not sure if it would be enough or not. I don't know the details.
I can answer this one. I will put in the chat a link to a form that is the visa application form. And once you fill this form, then you will receive an email with the guide to apply for the visa. So anyone who hasn't started, and also you're gonna receive a letter from ISESI, which says that you have been invited to the conference and that you're gonna be presenting. So then you can add this to your process. So I'll just put the link in the chat, and anyone who hasn't applied yet, please fill this form, and then we send the information.
Thank you so much. Regarding sorry, Clara, you have your hand raised.
Yes, I will just raise some questions that came on my group because I think it's nice for us to talk about this. First, the transportation from the airport to the accommodation, especially for people who are arriving late hours at night. If there maybe Lina can help us with this one. Is it safe to get a taxi? For instance, arriving at 2 a.m., is it okay to get a taxi from the airport? What would be the safest way for traveling? Also, for people of color, do you think it is safe to get a taxi these late hours, or is it better to just pass the night in a hotel near the airport and then go to the location of the conference? The other question is, what do we do about currency? So does international credit cards are widely accepted in Colombia, or should we bring the money in cash? Do we need to have the official Colombian currency, or do they accept other currencies? I think this is more for locals, but if you could clarify it, thank you.
Maybe Lina wants to clarify.
Yeah, I think Lina is not with us anymore, but I do have information from Natalia that is also coming from ISESI. What we will share, like in Cali, there's also Uber, as there is like in many countries, but we will also share the number of a taxi driver that is they have the station at the ISESI University. So in the guide that we are sharing later this week, you're gonna have his number, and you may, if you are arriving very late, you can contact this person and you can schedule the taxi to pick you up if it's late night. Then I think will be easier because it's actually like several taxis, but there's one person organizing. So I think you can contact them through WhatsApp. In Colombia, many things are organized through WhatsApp, so it's easy to reach. And then you can also book and have this booked in advance. And regarding the currency, yes, they don't accept Brazilian reais, and not everyone accepts dollars. So you really need to exchange the currency. At the airport, there is places to exchange currency, but there's also ATMs, for example, at ISESI University, that you can withdraw money already in Colombian pesos if your bank allowed to do so. They said that international credit cards are accepted almost everywhere, but it's always good to have a bit of money for example, taxis or small shopping things. If you want to buy little things, it's not everyone that accepts card. So it's good to have at least a bit of money to change. At the airport, it's always safe, not
Thank you, Mayra. Yeah, also bear in mind that if you exchange currency at the airport, it will probably be more expensive than doing that in the city. So unless you are traveling late and maybe you want to go ahead and do it at the airport, maybe you can do that afterwards in the city. Also, Adama, do you have a question?
Yes, thank you. I have a question. I already applied for the visa to the consulate of Ghana, Accra, and currently I'm waiting for my visa. And for the flight ticket, I have received an email to tell if I already booked my ticket, but I cannot book it yet because I didn't book it yet because I'm waiting for the visa. And I would like to know if I have to wait the visa outcome to uh, to take the flight tickets. Yes, thank you.
Yes, Adama, we just booked the flights for those who have the visa approved. If you write an email to the conference at IAFFE.org, I can send you the direct contact from the Ghana embassy, so you can contact them and ask how is your process going, because needs to be done by the people who are applying themselves. So I just share with you the emails and you ask them, okay? I also saw a question about if you rent a car, would be somewhere to park at the university. Yes, they have a big parking lot, and it's the fee by day, it's about $2 to leave the car over there.
Perfect. Thank you, Mayra. There's also a question about the weather. Those of you who have already been in Cali or are living in Cali, could you share about what to pack? What will be best to have?
I never been to Cali, but I can say from Lina and from Nata that they say that it's always like for most people would be very warm because it's around like 25 degrees, even being winter time. So just be prepared for yes, and maybe some rain, but let's see, maybe we don't have this, but yes, be prepared to be warm.
And this year is El Nino, so they're expecting a lot warmer temperatures than usual, and it can be as high as 30 degrees. There's a ton of water fountains all over the campus, so we will also send you reminders, but I'll say it now to bring a water bottle and keep hydrated.
Thank you, Paulina.
Thank you very much.
Somebody, I guess from the Feminist Economics School, is asking if transportation from airport will be organized for them. From memory, I think they would have to organize their own, correct?
Yeah, I was answering that actually.
Oh,
yeah, I think that you would have to arrange it on your own. There was also one question which I just lost it about, let me check. Oh, it was already answered. Perfect. Does anyone else have a question? Do you want to raise your hand or raise it on the chat? There was something about vaccine information. I see yellow fever vaccination certificate and travel insurance are mandatory for entry from Senegal.
Yeah, so currently, the travel insurance is not mandatory, however, for visitors that are staying less than 90 days. However, it is recommended by the official Colombian tourism website to get a travel insurance because the system does not cover foreigners. In regards to the vaccination, the site also says that there is no required vaccinations to enter Colombia to enter urban areas, but there have been issues with yellow fever vaccination in the past. So if you are able to get the vaccine, we would recommend you getting it just to avoid any trouble in the airport. Staff isn't well in policies, and so if you can get the vaccine, we would recommend. Any other questions?
So just to say, the yellow fever vaccine
for
is
time's sake, we should. Sorry,
yeah.
Didi?
No, I was just saying the yellow fever vaccine is once in a lifetime thing, so you get it now and you're covered.
Yeah, that's
if you're able to, of course.
Yeah, that's also important to know. And as we said here, it has to be administered at least 10 days prior to arrival for it to be valid in the certification. But as I said, in the official website, they are saying that there is not a need for the vaccine to enter the country right now. So for time's sake, I think we should.
There's a question. Sorry, Clara. There's a question from Sunday.
Yes, thank you very
Oh,
much.
I didn't see it. Sorry.
Thank you very much for recognizing me. Yeah, I just wanted to ask because of from the yellow fever thing. I do have yellow fever card because I'm a Nigerian, but for some time, okay, I've actually had this vaccine a long time ago. You know, let's say like 10 years past, but about 2-3 years ago, I had the vaccine, and I still have the yellow fever card. However, I'm not coming from Africa. I'm in Europe, but I will still come with my yellow fever card. Is that fine? In the meantime, or must I still go and look for vaccine? But I do have yellow fever card as a Nigerian. I am in possession of yellow fever card, and I have also have the vaccine from years back. But I am coming from Europe because most of my traveling lately, they don't ask for yellow fever card from me. Most of Europe and America, I didn't do that. But I'm just saying that the one I have, is it okay for me? Is it sufficient at this moment? Just to hold it in my.
It should. My understanding is once you get it once, you're fine,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter where you take it.
Okay, but I will
So
come with
bring
my
it just
card.
in case. I would say.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you so much. We will regarding the question about sharing the presentation, we will try to share it as soon as we can, so you can also revise this information afterwards. And over to you, Clara.
Thank you, Pia. I would just like to thank everyone for coming to this event. Many questions have been addressed. Those of you who still have some questions, especially things that are more individual, such as visas, like a specific visas process, please contact the IAFFE's conference email at conference@iaffe.org. It is in the chat. And if you have any further questions, please make sure to let us know through this email. We are more than happy to help you. And we hope to see you all very soon in Cali. Thank you all. If anyone has any remarks.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
See you all in Cali. Bye.
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 Thank
you.